Okay, so in this next part, we are going to be working on a new way to change emotions, and that is by solving a problem. Because sometimes in life, situations come up where it's not your thinking that's the problem. It's that you have an actual problem. You know, there's some kind of an obstacle to your goals. Sometimes some sort of an obstacle to living out your values, and you're thinking about it correctly. It's a problem. You know, the rent is due and you don't have the money. Um, your boss wants you to do something at work and you're not sure how to do it. Um, you know, there's a family issue and you're not sure how to solve it, right? And that creates distress. It creates anxiety. It can create all kinds of emotions. And so, what you really need is to solve your problem. Okay, so this is a very practical exercise because sometimes you're going to have clients who's there's nothing wrong with their thinking. They have a legitimate problem and they need a legitimate solution. Okay, now many clients know how to do this. They know how to problem solve. They've been taught it in first grade and they do it. It's second nature. But one, it can sometimes be helpful to do this with somebody else, you know, another set of eyes to bounce things off of. But then there are other clients who just don't know how to do this process. And so having a process that you can go through with a client who has a problem that needs to be solved can just be really helpful, really pragmatic, really useful. You know, something they can take out of your office and begin to implement right away. So if that is the case, then you can do this problem solving strategy that is in the Small Life Care book on page 168. Okay, so there's a little worksheet there in the gray box that you can do, and the first step is to define the problem. All right, and it says try to be as objective as possible. So you say to the client, hey, tell me what the problem is. All right, just lay it out there for me. Proper IV them through it. Empathy, congruence, unconditional positive regard, no fixing, all that stuff. Get them to describe the problem. And then say, is there anything else? Are there any other facts that we've left out? And remember, I just want the facts. I don't want how you feel about it or how other people feel about it. Try and describe it like if there was a camera watching it or a fly on the wall, or just as objectively as possible, what are the actual facts? Okay, and if there's anything that was missing, you want to add that back in. If there was anything that's missing, step number 3 is looking at all the facts, redefine the problem if necessary, what needs to be solved. Sometimes people in their first way of thinking about the problem, they've framed it in a way that's unhelpful, untrue, missing information, that kind of thing. So you just want to make sure you have everything on the table and you're seeing the situation clearly. Okay? Number 4, generate a list of potential solutions. Now, you know, one thing you can do is just throw out a couple crazy ones just to get the creative juices flowing a little bit, have some sense of humor about it. But you are just trying to get them to to start being creative about it and keeping in line with the concepts of motivational interviewing. It is much better for them to be the one who generates the list of potential solutions than for you to be the one that is generating a list of potential solutions. Okay, you want their buy-in. Now, that said, if they really can't think of anything, you can make some suggestions, but always in that proper IV sort of way where you're offering information and then you're saying, hey, what do you think about this? Do you think that this would work? Okay, if they don't think it would work or it's not a viable option, well, you can put it on the list, but just keep going. You don't have to settle on anything right away. Just keep throwing stuff out at the wall. It doesn't matter if it's wild, it's crazy, it's outlandish, it will never work. Fine, just put it out there. We're not trying to narrow it down yet. We're just generating ideas, okay? Next step, once you're out of ideas, pick the best solution. And then develop a pro-con list. And if the cons outweigh the pros, then go back to picking another solution. If the pros outweigh the cons, then move on to the next step, which is go implement the solution. So they leave your office or they leave your meeting, They go out into the world, they try and put the solution into practice, they come back and the next time and they tell you how it went. If it works, keep doing it. If it needs tweaking, tweak it. If it isn't working at all, go back to step 5, which is your list of potential ideas, and pick another solution. Maybe after having given it a shot, they come up with even some other ideas. Maybe there's some more information that they can bring to the table that helps them to have another idea. But basically, again, you're teaching them how to fish, not giving them a fish. You are, maybe directing them to resources so that they can do research, so that they can come up with ideas, and through this process discover that they have what it takes to solve problems, that they're capable of generating ideas, finding solutions, implementing them, tweaking them, making them work. And when somebody has a solution to their problem, or at the least, some kind of a process that they can work that gives them some sort of sense of agency over their life, over the problems that they're facing, they feel empowered, their emotions calm down, and effectively you wind up changing their emotional response by giving them a problem-solving strategy that they can use. Okay, so that is the exercise that you're going to do next, which is problem solving. And it's pretty straightforward, as you can see. So I'm just going to jump right into that in the next video. I'll see you there.